Offense Messenger, anyone of you can answer this, but obviously not the cleanest win, but you still walk away with a win. You're now bowl eligible. What's kind of the vibes inside the locker room, just being able to grab the win today?
I thought that we obviously can clean a couple things up. Defense came out, I think, played very well. Offense played well too. Just some small, minor things that we need to clean up. We know going into next week it's going to be a challenging game against Miami. So I think both sides of the ball are very locked in, and we're going to put in a lot of work this week.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. So for Sam, the offense obviously kind of struggled there in the first half. So kind of what did it take to get some consistency, not only in the offense, but just in the passing game there in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, with what we did last year, we would have hoped to have had a hotter start to the year, and we're kind of trying to find our identity and what makes us tick. And I think a game like today, it's like we're trying some different things, trying to find out what we're good at. So it took a little bit to get in the rhythm, and once we did, we were able to get up in the field a little bit. Struggled a little bit to get in the end zone, but I think we showed progress with building some drives together and, like he said, clean up those little things and turn those 3s into 6s and then go from there.
Aiden Crowley with WAB. Sam, just to keep with you, that last touchdown catch, just walk me through that one. Ridiculous play for you.
Thank you. That was a point in the game where we needed 7. I mean, 3 was not cutting it. The look panned out the way we wanted to. Curtis put it up there in the back corner. That ball was floating, and he put it right in the back corner. So I was glad to get a foot down, come down with it. It was a big one. It felt really good.
Bobby Board with the Post. Tank, can you take us through your interception right before halftime?
Really, I was just trying to do my part, help out with the team. Little zone coverage. Fell back in my zone, caught the pick.
And then just for either one of you guys on the defense today, it felt like bend, not break. You guys, they got deep in the red zone a couple times, but had to settle for 3. How were you guys able to stop them down there?
I just say staying poised. That's something we harp on a lot, especially to the younger guys that are in there with us, older guys. It's just all about staying poised, handling the pressure and adversity. So when you get down to the red zone, you know what your assignment is, you know what your alignment is, and your key and technique. And if you can handle that, you can get stops like we did in the red zone today.
Again, for either one of you on defense, you guys held Western Michigan to their fewest rushing yards of the season today. So what was it that was really just working so well and stopping the run game?
Yeah, I mean, I just say our D line is very, very, very physical. Rodney and Rayon hold it down in there, and you got Bonnie and Shane off the edge with me and Bryce in the middle. So our front 7, I'd say, is very lethal, and we take pride in not allowing that many rushing yards, and that's something we harp on each and every week. To stay in the rankings.
Sam, for you, 10 for 155 in the score, one of your best games for Ohio. So just what was working so well? What were you able to find out there in the zones?
Yeah, it feels good. Finally starting to get some rhythm with Curtis. Putting some drives together. The defense kept stepping up. We kept getting the ball back in good situations, good field position, opportunities to strike. So, just finding that rhythm with the offense. It felt good today.
Carver Myers, Ohio Athletics. Tank, how did you guys shut down Western's wide receivers?
Really, I feel like it all starts with the guys up front. The big guys up front get a good rush on them, then that just make it easier for the DBs on the back end. We just got to do our part, cover our man, and the rest will handle itself.
Yeah. Key, you kind of already mentioned it. Obviously, you're going to celebrate the victory, but big one next week. How excited are you guys for that opportunity?
Oh, we're very excited. I mean, beginning of the season, the talk is MAC championship. We always want to bring a MAC championship back to Athens. Two top teams in the MAC East. We're going to come out ready. We're going to prepare Monday through Friday and handle business on Saturday so we can reach our ultimate goal.
Very excited with the win. I couldn't be prouder of the team. Great program win. We played for 4 quarters this week, and we knew it was going to be a tight game. I was very clear in my comments leading up to this game, who they played, their skill set, particularly in offense. I'm really happy with the adjustments offensively in the second half. Off the charts. Got in there, got some things done. Very, very physical football game. And our running backs, the dynamic duo of CA and O'Shawn, I thought those guys ran hard. And and at halftime they could get their head down maybe, with I think we had 20 yards or 25 yards rushing at halftime, and we ended up with almost 190. And those guys continue to throw it up in there and break tackles. It was really, I'm really, really proud of them. Former running back coach. Those guys, Coach Smith's got those guys playing well. And back to, I tip my hat to Lance and his staff. With who they've played and what they've gone through schedule-wise, those kids played for 4 quarters, and it's action. I mean, it's action. It's what it is. I mean, it's our league, and it's great for our fans. But we were pleased with the win. So with that, I'll open up with questions.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. So obviously you guys kind of struggled to find the end zone there in the first half. What was the adjustment that you guys kind of had to make?
Again, scheme wise, I'm gonna have to watch the film. You don't want to get a sack on 2nd and 5 down there, and that was in the third quarter. You said first half, but that was an opportunity for us, and it's tough play. So I just know that we want to get touchdowns. We want to score more than 20 points. The ingredients are there. I'll just, ask me again on Monday, and I'll be able to kind of give you some more football stuff on it. Just from that game, I want to say that their defense did a good job, and maybe another draw player. I just don't know. I just know that 20s was good enough today, and we'll worry about the rest of it on Monday or tomorrow, I should say.
You kind of mentioned it in your opening statement there, but you're happy with the win, but still obviously mistakes kind of littered throughout. Even though still now bowl eligible, another win at home. What's kind of just the vibes in the locker room from the players after a win like that?
They're excited. I'm bowl eligible. That's out of the way. We've got 5 expectations or goals, and they're all still out there. We're going to continue to enjoy this journey and still continue to take them one at a time. And again, I think with the exception of Iowa State, because we were just flawless on mistakes, and mistakes being a penalty, but we had, I think Western Michigan's number 1 in caused fumbles, getting the ball out. We had 0 turnovers today. They had 1, and it was a difference in a game. Like, we pick it off, we go down and score, get that field goal right before halftime. We won by 3, and so every game's going to be down to this type of, those kind of plays. Our guys, I didn't feel like they were pressing. You think, okay, with what's at stake and all the things, and we're at home, and I didn't think they were pressing. I told them halftime, don't press, let the plays come to you, and let's finish this thing for 4 quarters, and they did it.
Coach Aiden Crowley with WAB. Sam Wiggless was phenomenal today. 10 catches, 155 yards, the touchdown. What did you see from him today?
Sammy's he's what you just said every Saturday. He's a special player, and he wants the ball. Crafty, not the fastest, but he's behind. He gets behind people. So I guess again, I thought the toe tap catch, was as a huge touchdown drive right there, and he came up to me on the sack on the third quarter, man. He was not happy. We took him out, had a little special screen thing to our tight ends who've been playing well, and the defense was on it, and he let me know he was not impressed with that, but he does it the right way, and he's such an intense competitor, and I think that's why he's a great player.
You mentioned the physicality of the running backs. What was the key to getting the running game really going in the second half?
I think a couple adjustments. We did some formational things, and kind of we spread them out a little bit. The quarterback draw was a huge play into the win. We deferred, took the ball, and they took the win in the third quarter. And they didn't have it, but I know they got a touchdown or a field goal there. 2 minutes to go because they got the kickoff return, but we controlled the line of scrimmage. But back to some adjustments. That quarterback draw was huge. I thought Curtis probably should have scored down here, but he threw a touchdown pass to Sammy, But and then we got some couple gap schemes going that we hadn't shown in a couple weeks that worked well for us versus what they were doing in some formations with their line stunning. And but the running backs, man, those guys, they're running hard and they're breaking some tackles and taking care of the football. So there's a lot of things there to build off of.
Oh, Peyton Brooker for WAD. The defense looked again like ballless. What can you say about your key players like Key Thompson and Tank Patterson today? Just that were just kind of successful game this one.
Key, Bryce, and Key. I think Russ said they had combined 25 tackles. And that's pretty much SOP, standard operating procedure for those guys, right? So that's what they do. I tell you, Adonis. I thought Adonis played great. He ripped through blocks on some of that bubble stuff. And they've got really good skill kids. They scored 28, 30 points against Mississippi State. They've scored points this season. And we missed some tackles. But, those kids are talented, And at the end of the day, we tackled well because they've got some good skill guys. There's some things just defensively, we got a smart bunch. Austin Briley, he's battling a lower injury and just what tough and grit. Torrey Cox got a sack today. We had to take him out with a bruise in the first half, and he came back and came in and got some meaningful snaps. So there's a lot of good things there, and we're gonna enjoy this one for 24 hours.
You kind of mentioned it there a little earlier, but I kind of want to focus in on that final drive of the first half, especially with kind of how the offense was struggling.
Yep.
You get the ball with 40 seconds left. Is there any discussions on just running the ball out, running the clock out, and then just how impressive was it for them to get down the field? And then at the end, sitting at the 2-yard line, what was the discussion between field goal maybe going for it? Just kind of take me through that drive. Okay,
the first part, I will tell you, I said, look, we're going. I'm going to tell you, I was what to do, run it out and get out of here because what was as good as the defense was playing. But I think we had 2 timeouts and I just said, look, we're going, foot on the gas. That's what I told the team today right here in this room. I said, we're going to have foot on the gas for 4 quarters, man. And I made a decision. And I would tell you, it was I had to take a shot of water to get it out, but I did because our defense was playing so well, and I'm glad we did. Now, repeat the second part of your second question.
Just how impressive was it for the long completions to Sam?
Yeah.
Kind of basically moving down the field.
That's a coverage we'd seen. They're very multiple in the back end, but I think one of the linebackers was trying to carry Sam down the middle of the field with 2 high safeties. Okay, and he's got his back to the quarterback to do that, and he was there, but it was just a dime by Curtis, And I was leaning like that, thinking it was going to be right off his fingertips, man, but it dropped right in there, we thought about going for it, but I'm glad we. Not very long though. But I'm glad. Actually, I think somebody brought it up, and I squashed it. To be honest with you, but I'm glad we didn't.
Coach, we kind of talked about the sluggish start for the offense, but how refreshing is it for you, and how much weight does it lift off the offense when your defense is playing as well as it is?
Yeah, obviously, is just don't turn the ball over, and you're in the game, because if the offense, your opponent, scores a couple of touchdowns, then you got to tweak your play calling, And so we're struggling getting the running game going, but we didn't have to force anything because of the score, And that's really kind of how it's been all year, really. So we are gonna coach off our strength and continue to work and play team football.
So just staying on the topic of defense, you guys were able to hold Western Michigan to their fewest rushing yards this season today. Just what was working so well in stopping the run game?
I think, again, you got Spence and the defensive staff really zero in. And, again, Key and Bryce and Key, those are our front 4. We were rotating guys. Guys are fresh. I'm anxious to see what the total number of snaps. I told the team on Monday, hey, we're starting you're remembered for the games in November. It's not quite November, but it's getting later, and we're in the second half. And I think we were averaging about 81, 82 snaps a game defensively through 7 games. We're averaging less than 60. So our team is, hey, they haven't played as many snaps. They've trained all year. They're bigger, faster, stronger. and fresh. And that's going to, so that front seven, I know the linebackers get a lot of credit and the 25 tackles and all that, but those D-line, Tremaine Scott, Spence, those guys are freaking attacking the football, man. And again, our secondary come up today and made some good hits. Walter Reynolds, whew, so it's really exciting with the defense, and it's why it's a team.
And then, Coach, obviously you mentioned celebrating this one for 24 hours, but the big one coming up here soon. Just your initial thoughts on the match.
Yeah, hey, it's a rival game, Battle of the Bricks. Glad we got him at home. Our student section is going to be insanely, just crazy. As we have trouble communicating at home, I know that's going to be the case this next week. But we are going to celebrate this for 24 hours, and we're going to prepare for this game. You win games Monday through Friday. And I just told them after the game, I said, hey, we respect all opponents, fear none. And we're playing at home. We're going to prepare Monday through Friday and expect for another tight, down to the wire game.